Hey guys, welcome back. I have my great friend Rebecca Lanning from Calc, and of course we're going to talk about the trade-in mortgage. And look, we have some great news today. We have pretty much an updated program with Calc, and Rebecca is going to fill us in and still talk about the old program that they have that's still out there. So we have a couple different options that we can look at today.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me today, Wendell. So going to talk about a new program that we recently launched called our Contingency Buster. And I will do some touch points on how it differs from the trade-in mortgage so that you'll get to see a little bit about both. So I'm going to stop sharing my face and I'm going to start sharing my screen. Wendell, can you allow me to share real quick?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Perfect. So as you know, our trade-in mortgage is a buy before you sell option that we have for clients, and it allows local lenders like Wendell to partner with realtor partners so that you all can make non-contingent offers on a home. Sometimes Wendell doesn't really need to access the client's equity, right? They might already have down payment funds. Maybe he needs an offer really quickly, and maybe your client is concerned about higher fees. So we are launching our Contingency Buster. Which basically does exactly what it says. It busts that contingency and allows you to purchase before you sell. So this is a buy before you sell solution that swiftly removes buyer contingencies with the lowest fees possible. And we can usually get it done in about 48 hours or less. It eliminates the home sale contingency and the departing residents from debt to income. It results in super low fees because our fees are always based on our offer, not what the home sells for. So if we're only clearing a contingency and we're not digging into any equity like with the trade-in mortgage, this results naturally in lower fees. Again, it's a 24-hour turnaround time most of the time, sometimes 2 days, but that's about the max. And with this, our maximum offer is going to be just enough to clear the contingency plus any applicable fees, such as the realtor fees, CALC's fees, or up to 70% of the home value, whichever is lower. And basically it works exactly the same way as the trade-in mortgage. They're going to fill out that 5-minute questionnaire on Wendell's site. They'll complete a quick virtual walkthrough with one of CALC's client experience reps. If the home qualifies, we'll send out that PPG or purchase price guarantee. Wendell will get that loan paperwork completed on that new purchase, and he will have your client execute our contract about 4 to 7 business days prior to closing. And then hooray, your client gets to close on their new home, and you get to stage that home and list that home for full value on the open market. We do have the same guarantee, right? I know a lot of people, a big concern is maybe a lower offer, right? They're concerned, well, what happens if CALC has to purchase that home in that 150-day time period? Well, guess what? We'll refund 100% of the net profits after our expenses if we have to purchase it and we make a profit. So we're still offering that same guarantee that we do with the trade-in mortgage, 100%, right? Now I want to talk about some of the main differences between the Contingency Buster and the trade-in mortgage. The Contingency Buster is faster and it has naturally lower fees because, again, our PPG is based on the minimum amount required to clear that home sale contingency. But main differences are with the Contingency Buster, we can get that offer out to your client within 24 to 48 hours, whereas with the trade-in mortgage, we're having to do a more in-depth review of that home. And it usually takes about 2 to 10 business days for us to get an offer out because we're ordering appraisals, BPOs, things of that nature. The PPG amount is going to differ as well. So again, Contingency Buster, this is the minimum amount required to clear the existing liens on the home. But with the trade-in mortgage, we can typically offer between 70 and 80% of the value of the home, which would allow Wendell to tap into the equity, right? Equity unlock is not going to be available with the Contingency Buster. Again, we're just clearing the contingency. With the trade-in mortgage, we can offer a higher PPG so that Wendell can access the equity for down payment, debt payoff, whatever he needs to do for your client. Fees are exactly the same, $2,000 flat admin fee plus 1% of our purchase price guarantee, not with the home sales force. So again, naturally, lower PPG is going to equate to lower fees. And then we don't have any fee minimums. So unlike some of our competitors out there, there are no minimums. So if your total PPG amount with the $2,000 fee is $3,000, well, that's what it is. We're not setting any minimums. So there's that. Now, this is different strokes for different folks. Like, there are two different flavors of the same great buy before you sell experience. But the contingency buster is really going to be a better fit for people who maybe need a fast elimination of a home sale contingency. They need to get rid of that very quick. Maybe they need a Hail Mary to save the day because something fell through, right? Or they want the lowest fees possible. Again, lower PPG means lower fees. This is going to be for people who are really confident their home is going to sell in that 120 to 150 day time period. If they don't think their home's going to sell, probably not going to be a good fit for them. And also, again, this is going to be for people who don't need a second mortgage to access that home equity. They just need to clear that contingency. So here's some, and we'll leave it up here for a minute so y'all can read through some of these, but these are real life situations that we've had that we've used the contingency buster for. That have helped save some situations. Like, we can save deals when a buyer backs out. We did that for Helen in Florida. We can remove DTI constraints for somebody who maybe he had a gift of a down payment, but couldn't support 2 mortgages, right? Or maybe another buy before you sell option told you no. Well, Calc likes to tell you yes. So we can come in and save the day sometimes if another buy before you sell solution backs out at the last minute, such as what happened to Matthew over in Colorado. And we can also eliminate stressful contingencies. Kim, a realtor over in Seattle, loves us because we allow her to place non-contingent offers on behalf of her client. And again, we can do the non-contingent offers with both the trade-in mortgage and the contingency buster. So again, 2 different wonderful flavors of the same great product. Now, I wanted to show a sample transaction so you can see the difference in the fees. So let's just say that we have an expected sales price of a departing home at about $575,000, and this client has a mortgage balance of $175,000. With a contingency buster, their all-in fees would be about $3,900. The reason for that, we're probably going to only offer $190,000, right? We're only offering enough to clear this $175,000 plus realtor fees and calc fees. So if you have your $2,000 admin fee plus $1,090, which is 1% of $190,000, we're getting that $3,900 for the fees, right? For contingency buster. Now let's say same exact transaction here, $575,000 with $175,000 balance. Maybe this client did need to access the equity in their home, so Wendell did a second mortgage for them for $50,000, right, for a down payment. So we probably were going to offer this client $431,000, right? So they got a higher PPG amount. This is the lower one with contingency buster. Higher with trade-in mortgage, which allows Wendell to pull out that money. Took a little bit longer because we had to do a full appraisal, right? And the fees are a little bit more, right? Because we're basing it off of that $431,000, not $190,000. So that's kind of where the difference is. Our fee structure stays the same, 1% of our PPG plus a $2,000 admin fee, but just naturally, contingency buster tends to be lower fees because we're only clearing the contingency. So that's kind of the big difference there.
Okay. So basically, they need to have equity in that home in order for that contingency buster in order to work.
Yeah, they're gonna, want to not be maxed out on that mortgage, right? Because we're only offering just the bare minimum to clear that contingency. Now, let's say that they do have a higher mortgage balance, they can still go the traditional trade-in mortgage route, even if they don't need equity. Maybe they just need a higher PPG offer, so that's fine. But, you can get realtors, this is especially important to them, right? You can get borrowers excited about working with Calc, right? Because this allows them to move into their new home before they've even listed their current one. So now realtors get an empty home that they can go in and stage. And NAR tells us that these staged homes sell about 73% faster on the open market compared to, a comparable unstaged home. And they typically sell for 1% to 5% more as well. And in some areas can sell up to 10% more. So I'm going to stop sharing that, but did want to kind of go over some of the differences, Wendell, and show your realtor partners this new and exciting program that we have. I'm available to meet if anybody wants to meet more one-on-one with me and you. We can do that and get something set up. But yeah, we're super excited about this and hope we get a lot of your clients using it.
Yeah, I hope so. Because right now I think the market needs it. Especially with the slowdown in the market right now on sales and everything. So I think this will help out tremendously.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Wendell, thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it.
Rebecca, thank you so much. And look, we will see you next month.
Yes, sir. Talk to you later.